Could you imagine a world where Miles Morales is the Wolverine? Well, I'ma tell you. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we post about comics, series, animation, and stuff. In this video, we're going to be talking about Miles Morales in a what-if universe where he gets the Wolverine abilities and how this plays out. Our story takes place in Atlanta, Georgia. Miles is a single child living with his parents. And in this time period, people on the streets have been going missing, black kids to be exact. And Miles is scared for his life, but right now he has another worry. Right now, Miles is going through a metamorphosis and he has no one to talk to. He is alone. Trying to speak to his mother, he gets a cold response. His father and uncle are constantly fighting. Anytime he tries to get a word in, his father is aggressive and chases him off. So one day, he decides to go for a walk. And after that one day, his life changed forever because he was taken from the streets and his parents had to deal with the consequences of ignoring their child when he needed them the most. Fast forward to the future, the present day, 2024. People are still going missing, but this time, Miles is free, escaped from wherever he's been all these years, and for some reason, he's being traced by some sentinels, big-ass robots made to destroy mutants. And Miles is a mutant in this universe. Well, Miles is the Wolverine. He instantly pops out his claws and he goes to work, demolishing every single sentinel sent. This is a feat on its own. But we see the sentinels were just the scout unit because the person in charge of this whole operation knew Miles would take care of them quick. This whole operation was to make known that Miles is a bigger threat, showing his new assassin, armored head to toe in adamantium. He was sent because no one else could take down Miles. Miles was just that dangerous, and the assassin agreed. Going forth, after Miles demolished every single sentinel, he landed behind him and told him, "Don't move. I know you look like a kid, but I know what you are. Don't move." Miles was not scared though. He just popped his claws and attacked. But that was not a good idea in the slightest. Remember I told you his suit was made out of adamantium. His suit was pure adamantium. And Miles got the cheap stuff because instantly his claws broke off. That was not supposed to happen. That should never have happened. Instantly Miles shouts in pain. He was hurting, but the assassin gave him no rest. With one punch, he launched him in the air. He was ready to deliver the kill blow, but Miles was the Wolverine. He doesn't give up, attacking again, losing his second claw. He was helpless, defenseless. Miles was about to die. With one hand, the assassin plunged a dagger through Miles' stomach, but he was still standing. His guts were literally pouring out. So the assassin made up his mind to put him down. Charging up his fist, he launched a punch directly in Miles' face, ripping off half of his mask. The assailant saw the face of this child. It was his son. The assassin was the father of Miles Morales himself. Completely horrified for what he had just done, he asked himself, "What have I done to my boy?" We see a flashback. His life fell apart when Miles went missing. He lost his wife, he lost his family, all in one swoop. Because of this, he made up his mind to make sure nobody or everybody who could do a bad thing would never do a bad thing. He became a butcher of men. We discover that the man behind all of this was his owner, the current director of S.H.I.E.L.D., who wanted Miles dead at all costs because he was part of the team that experimented on him. And when Miles got free, he butchered his face. I mean, his face looked like absolute garbage. He wanted Miles dead by his family's hand. And when his father made it clear he was not going to kill his son, he sent someone else. He sent Sabretooth. He sent his Uncle Aaron. Yes, his Uncle Aaron in this world is Sabretooth, and Sabretooth takes no prisoners. Picking up his nephew with his hand, he was about to end him. When his father asked him for mercy, he says, "Where was my mercy? We used to fight all the time and you never forgave me. Now I will take your son." And he wasn't going to let that happen. Standing up to fight Sabretooth. But you don't fight Sabretooth. you just die, especially because this saber tooth had adamantium claws. So he tore into his brother's chest. Miles, seeing all of this play out, was never going to allow his father die, at least not like this. So he stepped forward. Wielding his secondary mutation, he plunged his claw into his uncle's shoulder and went to town. He butchered his uncle continuously, and when he was done, he grabbed his father's katana and planned to cut off his uncle's head till he was stopped by his father, asking for mercy, asking not to walk the path of a monster. And at this moment, Miles had his own "where great powers comes great responsibility" moment. He lost his father in his hands, but he was there for him, and he made sure to lay him down to rest like a good son should, promising to do the right thing. But first, he really had to get revenge on this prick that ruined his life. But before he could, he was stopped by the X-Men. That's right, the X-Men exist in this world. But the thing is, they were different. Not all of them, but Professor Xavier was actually Genki, and Miles was the Wolverine. And right now, Genki needed Miles's help. He needed the Wolverine.